From the moment you came into this world, something about you was different. Maybe you couldn't quite put it into words, but deep down, you always felt that you were set apart. There was a pull, a knowing, an inner voice telling you that you were not like everyone else. You could walk into a room and feel the energy shift. You could sense things before they happened. You saw through people's intentions, even when they thought they were being clever. You were never meant to blend in. And even though you may have tried at times, the truth always found a way to reveal itself. You are chosen. And when you finally accept that, your entire life changes. Many people go through life unaware of their purpose, lost in the noise of the world, moving with the crowd. But that was never your story. Even if you didn't fully understand your calling, your soul did. That's why you never truly fit in, why certain groups rejected you, why relationships and friendships that seem perfect on the surface always ended in unexpected ways. People could sense something about you, even before you could. They saw something powerful in you, something rare, something that intimidated them. And because they couldn't explain it, they reacted to you in ways that didn't make sense. Some admired you but couldn't get close. Others felt drawn to you, wanting to be in your presence, but never knowing why. And then there were those who, without reason, felt the need to oppose you, to belittle you, to treat you as if you were less when, in reality, they knew you were more. You were set apart, and that means you will always be noticed, whether you want to be or not. There is an energy around you that others can feel, even if they don't understand it. You might have wondered why people seem to watch you, why strangers stare, why even in silence your presence demands attention. It is not arrogance, it is not coincidence. It is something deep within you, something divine that radiates beyond the physical. You do not have to try to be noticed, you simply are. That is what happens when you are chosen. You cannot hide from it, you cannot run from it, and you cannot suppress it. The more you try, the more obvious it becomes. Many people sense your power before you do. They recognize something about you that even you might have struggled to grasp. This is why, throughout your life, you have faced situations that others never had to. The rejection, the isolation, the betrayals, they were never because you were unworthy. They happened because you were different, and different always stands out. Some people wanted to be close to you, but they could not handle your presence. They wanted what you had, but did not have the strength to walk your path. Others saw your light and wanted to dim it. They saw your strength and wanted to break it. But no matter how many times life tried to push you down, you always rose back up. You may not have understood why you had to go through so much, but now you do. You had to be tested, you had to be refined, you had to be shaped into the person you are becoming. Your presence is powerful, even when you say nothing. The way you walk, the way you carry yourself, the way you think, it all carries weight. When you speak, people listen, even when they act like they don't. When you move, people notice, even when they pretend not to. There are those who secretly admire you, even if their words say otherwise. There are people who look to you for guidance, even if they never admit it. And then there are those who cannot stand you, simply because you exist. It is not your job to make yourself smaller, to make others comfortable. You were not chosen to shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You were chosen to stand tall, to own your identity, and to walk boldly in your divine calling. You carry a spirit of greatness within you. Even in your hardest moments, something inside you refuses to quit. That strength, that resilience, that deep knowing, it is not ordinary. It is the mark of someone who is destined for something greater. You have seen people give up over less, but not you. You have faced challenges that should have broken you, yet here you are, still standing, still rising. That is not an accident. That is purpose in motion. That is divine power working through you. It is time to stop questioning why you are different. It is time to stop apologizing for your presence. You were never meant to fit in because you are above them all. This doesn't mean you are better than others in an arrogant way. It means you are called to a higher path, a path not everyone can walk. Many will try to understand you, but they will not. Many will try to figure out why you move the way you do, why you think the way you think, why you do not follow the patterns of the world, but they never will. And that is okay. You were chosen to lead, not to seek approval. You were chosen to rise, not to be understood. The sooner you embrace that, the sooner everything around you will shift. You do not have to convince anyone of your worth. You do not have to prove yourself to those who refuse to see. The truth is, they already know who you are. They have always known. Some may pretend they don't see it, but deep down, they do. They know you are different. They know you are set apart. And that is why they react the way they do. Those who are secure in themselves will celebrate you, but those who are not will resist you. Do not take it personally. Do not waste your energy trying to make them see. Focus on where you are going. Focus on your path, your growth, your destiny. Because the moment you stop looking for validation, the moment you stop explaining yourself, the moment you start walking fully in your power, everything changes. There is a reason why you are here, a reason why you have survived what others could not, a reason why your spirit is still strong despite everything you have been through. It is because you are meant for more, and now it is time to fully step into it. Being set apart comes with challenges that most people will never understand. The path of the chosen one is not easy because it is not meant to be. The weight you carry, the obstacles you face, the loneliness you sometimes feel, it is all part of the process. While others can move through life without deep reflection, without facing opposition, without questioning their existence, that has never been your experience. You have always been forced to look deeper, to endure more, to carry burdens that were not meant for the average person. It is because you are not average. The things that happen to you are not random. The setbacks, the betrayals, the moments of isolation, they are shaping you. Every hardship you have faced was allowed for a reason. You are being refined, strengthened, prepared. Because when you are chosen, you cannot move through life the same way as everyone else. You may have wondered why certain people have turned against you, why the ones you trusted the most betrayed you, why those who once celebrated you suddenly became distant. It was never about you. It was about the power within you. The higher your calling, the more resistance you will face. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into your destiny. Some people were only meant to be in your life for a season, and when that season ends, they are removed. This is not rejection. It is protection. It is God clearing the way for what is truly meant for you. Do not grieve the loss of people who could not handle your journey. Do not hold on to relationships that were only meant to teach you a lesson. Not everyone can go where you are going, and that is okay. There is a reason you have always felt like an outsider. Even in groups, even in friendships, even in families, there was always something that made you feel different. That feeling was not imagined, it was real. You were never meant to fit in because you were never meant to be like everyone else. Many people find comfort in belonging to the crowd, in following trends, in blending in with the world. But that was never your destiny. You were called to lead, to stand out, to walk a path that is uniquely yours. And that means there will be times when you walk alone. But remember this, you are never truly alone. The isolation is temporary, but the purpose is eternal. One of the hardest lessons a chosen one must learn is how to embrace their uniqueness without feeling guilty for it. Society teaches us that humility means shrinking, that being accepted means conforming, that standing out is dangerous. But true humility is not about making yourself small. It is about knowing your worth without needing to announce it. It is about walking in quiet confidence, knowing that your presence speaks louder than any words ever could. You do not have to prove yourself to anyone. You do not have to explain why you are different. Your spirit already tells the world everything they need to know. You have likely noticed that when you step into a room, the atmosphere changes. You do not need to say a word, and yet people notice. Some are drawn to you, some admire you, some fear you, and some resent you. This is not because of anything you have done wrong. It is because of the energy you carry. You walk with divine favor. You radiate something that cannot be ignored. And while some will celebrate this, others will be threatened by it. That is why you have encountered so many people who tried to belittle you, who tried to make you doubt yourself, who tried to convince you that you were not as special as you are. But the truth is, they knew who you were before you did. They recognized your greatness before you even fully stepped into it. When you understand this, you stop taking things personally. You stop questioning why certain people treat you the way they do. Instead, you recognize that their reaction is not about you. It is about them. People who have not found their own purpose will always struggle to understand those who have. People who are insecure in themselves will always feel uncomfortable around those who are confident in their calling. It is not your job to fix them. It is not your responsibility to make them comfortable. Your only task is to walk in your truth, to protect your energy, and to stay focused on your path. There will be moments when people test you, when they push your limits, when they try to bring you down to their level. But you must remember this: you are above them. Not in a way that makes you arrogant, but in a way that reminds you to rise above negativity. You were not put on this earth to argue with people who refuse to understand you. You were not chosen to waste your energy on those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Your time is too valuable, your purpose is too great, your calling is too important. The moment you realize this, you stop reacting to nonsense. You stop explaining yourself to people who are not listening. You stop lowering yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You do not have to fight to prove yourself. You do not have to convince people of your worth. Your existence is proof enough. The way you carry yourself, the way you move through life, the way you rise despite everything that was meant to break you, that is your proof. You were chosen, and that means you were given something that cannot be taken away. No amount of jealousy, no amount of opposition, no amount of resistance can remove what God has placed inside you. The only thing that can stop you is your own doubt. And that is why the enemy works so hard to make you question yourself. The more you embrace who you are, the more peace you will feel. The more you stop explaining yourself, the more confident you will become. And the more you step into your purpose, the more you will see that everything you went through was leading you to this moment. It is time to fully own who you are. It is time to stop apologizing for your greatness. It is time to move forward with unshakable confidence, knowing that you are above it all. You cannot afford to let negativity distract you from your destiny. The higher you rise, the more important it becomes to guard your energy. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not every battle is worth fighting. Some people will go out of their way to test you, to provoke you, to pull you down to their level. But you must remember that a lion does not concern itself with the opinions of sheep. You have been called to a higher level, and that means you must move differently. There will be moments when you are tempted to respond, to defend yourself, to prove your worth. But the moment you do that, you lower yourself. You were never meant to argue with those who refuse to see your value. Your energy is too sacred to be wasted on those who only seek to drain it. You have likely already seen how certain people try to attach themselves to you, not because they genuinely care, but because they want to feed off your energy. Some admire you, but secretly hope to see you fail. Others stay close to you only to figure out how you move, how you think, how you maintain your strength. You must be discerning. Protecting your energy does not mean cutting yourself off from the world, but it does mean being selective with who you allow into your space. Not everyone is meant to have access to you. Not everyone deserves to walk this journey with you. The higher you go, the smaller your circle will become. And that is not a loss. It is a necessary shift. There will be times when you feel like the weight of your calling is heavy, when you wonder why you cannot live like everyone else, why you cannot just do what others do without feeling uneasy, why you see through things that others seem blind to. This is the cost of being chosen. You have been given a gift, but that gift comes with responsibility. You are called to walk with confidence, to move with wisdom, to lead by example. That does not mean you have to be perfect, but it does mean that you must be intentional. The world is watching you, even when you don't realize it. People are taking notes on how you move, how you respond, how you carry yourself. And whether they admit it or not, you are influencing them. The moment you fully embrace this, you begin to walk in divine authority. You no longer second-guess yourself. You no longer feel the need to seek permission to be who you are. You stop apologizing for your presence. You stop worrying about whether people like you, whether they accept you, whether they understand you. You were never meant to be understood by everyone. And that is a gift, not a curse. You must move with the confidence of someone who knows they are divinely protected, someone who knows they are being guided every step of the way. You were not created to blend in. You were not created to follow trends, to chase validation, to shrink yourself so that others feel comfortable. You were created to lead, to set a new standard, to rise above. Every challenge you have faced was shaping you for this moment. Every betrayal, every setback, every season of isolation, it was all part of the process. Nothing that has happened to you was in vain. Every closed door was protection. Every delay was preparation. Every loss was making space for something greater. You may not have understood it at the time, but now looking back, you can see that it was necessary. And moving forward, you must trust that whatever is happening in your life is happening for a reason. The universe is aligning things in your favor. What is meant for you will not pass you by. What is coming to you is far greater than anything you have lost. Now is the time to step into your greatness with full confidence. No more doubting, no more second-guessing, no more explaining yourself to people who were never meant to understand you. Walk in your power, move with purpose, protect your energy, and trust that everything you need is already being prepared for you. You are above the noise, above the distractions, above the negativity. You are chosen, and nothing can change that.